students are having today exam is there, and how much possibility there I have to give, I am trying to give here itself. At least something is better than nothing. They have to learn anyhow, any platform. Why? Because they are having always in phones, and mainly they are watching here and there in social media. That is why I choose this platform. Okay. See, what is the acid? Acid, generally we can say that is acid is which chemical substances having sour in taste, that is known as acid. Or we can say according higher standard, which chemical substance is having H plus ions, that is known as acid. Or which chemical substance is litmus paper is turning blue to red, that is also we can consider acid. That means overall we can give acid definitions: which chemical substance is having sour in taste, or which is having H plus ions, which is litmus paper turning blue to red, that is known as acid. That is acid definition. Then what are the acids? Acids like we can divide, that is organic acids and mineral acid. Organic acids like we can say acetic acid, like oxalic acid or methanoic acid. These all are we can say organic acids. Then mineral acids like example is HCl, H2SO4, HNO3. HCl formula is HCl hydrochloric acid, H2SO4 sulfuric acid, HNO3 is nitric acid. Okay, this is. Then next, I am reading textbook. Then wherever you are having doubt, or wherever if you want to share or if you want to chart, it is there always with the top show most message with the potential spam removal. All messages I have given. Then you can chart also. Then here we can see acids are sour in taste, and it is over. The next first page it is there, litmus solution. Litmus solution is a purple dye. What, so many members they will ask, what is the litmus which color? It is litmus is a purple color dye which is extracted from lichen, a plant belonging to the division Thallophyta, and is commonly used as an indicator. When the litmus solution is neither acidic nor basic, its color is purple. There are many other natural materials like red cabbage leaves, and turmeric, color, colored petals of some flowers such as hydrangea, petunia, and geranium. These all are we can give another indicators, like which indicate the presence of acid or base in a solution. These are called acid base indicators, or sometimes simply indicators. Okay, that is the main thing. The next, you have one important questions, that is like NCERT textbook. You have been provided with three test tubes. Of one of them contain distilled water, and the other two contain an acidic solution and a basic solution respectively. If you are given only red litmus paper, how will you identify the comments of each test tube? But this question answer is, a few drops red litmus solution is added to each test tube. Red color will become light in the test tube containing water. Color will turn blue in test tube containing. That is, we can say, like see, acids and bases in the laboratory. What we have to, even activities also there. These all activities solutions also I will discuss. How do acids and bases react with metals? There is a diagram also it is there, like reaction of zinc granules with dilute sulfuric and acid, and testing hydrogen gas by burning. Like we can say sulfuric acid formula is H2SO4 plus zinc, then gives rest ZnSO4 zinc sulfate plus H2. Like ZnSO4, another name is we can say chemical name is zinc sulfate. Then next, how do, like we can say, the reaction of takes place like sodium hydroxide whenever reaction with zinc, it is very very important. This, the metal in the above reaction displaces the hydrogen from the acids. This is seen as hydrogen gas. The metal combines with the remaining part of the acid and forms a compound called a salt. Like we can say acid plus metal, salt, and hydrogen gas. Acid plus metal gives rest, salt plus hydrogen gas. Then sodium hydroxide, if you take another one is like base sodium hydroxide, whenever reaction with zinc, it will give sodium zincate. Sodium zincate formula is Na2ZnO2. This is very very important. Sodium zincate along with sodium zincate, hydrogen gas is eliminating plus H2. You find again that hydrogen is formed in the reaction. However, such reactions are not possible with all metals. All metals are not possible to release hydrogen gas. Then next, how do metals carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates react with acids? Here I am going to give equations only maximum. Why? Because they given test tube A sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate formula is Na2CO3, that is sodium carbonate solid, plus HCl aqueous, then gives rest sodium chloride formula is NaCl plus H2O water molecule plus carbon dioxide. Okay, then next test tube B sodium bicarbonate, sodium NaHCO3, so NaHCO3 sodium bicarbonate solid plus HCl aqueous, then sodium chloride aqueous and water liquid plus carbon dioxide. On passing the carbon dioxide gas evolved through lime water. Through lime water, what will happen? Calcium hydroxide is we will call lime water. Lime water formula very very important. Lime water formula CaOH twice, calcium hydroxide aqueous plus carbon dioxide, then it is going to give calcium carbonate CaCO3 solid, that is white precipitate, and water H2O liquid. Then on passing excess carbon dioxide, the following reaction takes place, that is calcium carbon dioxide CaCO2 solid plus water molecule, and water molecule is always liquid, then carbon dioxide gas whenever it is passing, then gives rest CaHCO3 aqueous, that is soluble in water. That means calcium hydrogen carbonate. Calcium hydrogen carbonate is soluble in water. See, whereas calcium carbonate is white precipitate. White precipitate. White precipitate means insoluble substance. Insoluble substance. But whereas calcium carbon dioxide and water and carbon dioxide whenever we are adding, then it is going to give calcium hydrogen carbonate. Calcium hydrogen carbonate we will call soluble in water. Then limestone, chalk and marble are different forms of calcium carbonate. All metal carbonates and hydrocarbonates react with acids to give corresponding salt, carbon dioxide and water. That we can say general equations of general equation of how do metals carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates react with acids. That time if they are asking general equation, then you have to write metal carbonates oblique metal hydrogen carbonate plus acid gives rest salt plus carbon dioxide plus water. This is you have to write. Then next, how do acids and bases react with each other? That is like we can say last class also, whenever yesterday I was taken class, that time I asked a few students also what is the neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction is definition like generally also you can tell, that is one base plus acid gives rest salt and water. Base is here, base example is sodium hydroxide, then acid example is HCl, then salt NaCl plus water. Then this is we can say neutralization reaction example also. The reaction between an acid or base to give a salt and water is known as a neutralization reaction. That is also considerable. Then next, reaction of metallic oxides with acids. See, like metal oxide, whenever reaction with acid, then salt and water will give. Then what is the one specific equation we will take and we will explain, that is metal oxide like zinc oxide plus acid HCl, then salt zinc chloride plus water will give. Then next, reaction of non-metallic oxide with base. Then here see, here very very important, that is what do all acids and all bases have in common. Then whether it is giving like the bulb will start like they give an activity, that is 2.8 activity. They will ask this question is always, it is going to come like application method. The bulb will start glowing in case of acid like 2.3, but you will observe the glucose and alcohol solution do not conduct electricity. That you have to understand. Glucose and alcohol do not conduct electricity. Glowing of the bulb indicates that there is a flow of electric current through the solution. The electric current is carried through the solution by ions. Since the cation present in acids, that is we can say H plus, this suggests that acids produce hydrogen ions H plus aqueous in solution, which are responsible for their acidic properties. Okay, this experiment same you have to repeat several times, then you can understand which is glucose and alcohol in case it doesn't give any bulb glowing. Then next, what happens to an acid or base in a water solution? Then acid and water if you add, then it will give hydronium ions formula is H3O plus. HCl acid formula is HCl. Water, whenever you are adding water, then H3O hydronium ions and chlorine gas will give. Then H proton, and whenever you are adding water also it will give hydronium ions. Then next, we have seen that acids give hydronium ions or H plus ion in water. Let us what happens when a base is dissolved. For example, base is, if you take sodium hydroxide solid, whenever reaction with water, then it is going to give Na plus OH minus. Sodium cation and plus hydroxide anion it will give. Then in case of potassium hydroxide also same, K plus and OH minus. KOH solid in the presence of water, then K plus aqueous plus OH minus aqueous. Then MgOH twice solid, then gives rest H2O, Mg2 plus aqueous plus 2HO. Then bases generate hydroxide ions in water. Base which are soluble in water are called alkalis. See, it is very very important. Bases which are soluble in water are called alkalis. See, the next, all bases do not dissolve in water. An alkali is a base that dissolves in water. They are soapy to touch. Bitter and corrosive. Never taste or touch them, as they may cause harm. Which of the bases, like we can say alkalis. Then this question, do you know that this question answer we should give that, like now as we have identified that all acids generate H plus ions and all bases generate OH minus ion. We can generalize that acid means H plus ions, bases means OH minus ions. Which are having OH minus ions or hydroxide ions, that all consider we can consider as a base. Then acid plus base and salt and water, that is neutralization reaction, already we said. Then same manner, like we can say, the acid must always be added slowly to water with constant stirring. If water is added to a concentrated acid, the heat generated may cause the mixture to splash out. Splash out means exactly it will bump, like spreading water particles. It will jump and it will come on the whoever doing experiment, they will get. That is why we should never add. If water is added to concentrated acid, the heat generated may cause the mixture to splash out and cause burns. The glass container may also break due to excess local like heating. Then look out for the warning sign, like we can say on the can be concentrated sulfuric acid. Here they given sulfuric acid and on the bottle of sodium hydroxide pellets. Mixing an acid or base with water results in decreasing in the concentration of ions, hydronium ions H3O plus or hydroxide ion per unit volume. Such a process is called dilution, and the acid or base is said to be diluted. What does mean? Few members they will ask, what is the dilution? Dilution mean actually highly concentrated power solution. We have to decrease that concentration power. That is known as a dilution. We can say mixing an acid or a base with water results in decrease in the concentration of ions, like H3O plus OH minus per unit volume. Such a process is called dilution. Okay, and the acid or the base is said to be diluted. Then next, how strong are acid or bases solutions? Like we can say pH, based on pH scale. Who invented pH scale? Sorensen. pH scale invented by like Sorensen. He invented pH scale. Then pH means power of hydrogen. Acids are having high H plus ions, and bases are having very less quantity. That is why, like, pH scale is increasing. pH scale is increasing from acid to bases, it will decrease pH scale. Then next, universal indicator. Making use of universal indicator, we can, with the help of universal indicator, which is a mixture of several indicators. The universal indicator shows different colors at different concentrations of hydrogen ions in a solution. A scale for measuring hydrogen ion concentration in a solution called pH scale. See, so many members, they will ask, what is the pH scale? pH scale, a scale for measuring hydrogen ion concentration in a solution called pH scale has been developed. The P in power of hydrogen stands for potency. Even power of hydrogen, a few books they given, but according our Cbse textbook, P means potency in German, meaning power. That is only power of hydrogen means. I said generally power of hydrogen, but potency in German word. You should remember that this thing in NCERT, whatever their small, like, we will not recognize, we will not remember this. Potency in German, potency in German meaning power. German word. Sometimes they will ask, potency, is it a German word, Greek word, Latin word, and French word? Why? Because always our letters are Greek or Latin. We can observe generally, but German we have to think. That is why potency in German meaning power. On the pH scale, we can measure pH from 0, very acidic, to 14, not 1 to 14, 0 to 14, very alkaline. pH should be thought of simply as a number which indicates the acidic or basic nature of a solution. Higher the hydronium ion concentration, lower is the pH value. You have to remember, higher hydronium ions, higher the hydronium ion concentration, lower is the pH value. Lower is the pH value. That is, you should remember. Then next, the pH of neutral solution is 7. pH of neutral solution is 7. You should remember that thing is always. Then next, 0 to 7 we will call acids, and 7 to 14 we will call bases. Then next, they given one activity also. One activity, all activities I will make one video. All activities I will make one video. All activity solutions also I will give. Activity and solution. Activity solution I will make another live. I will take. Why I choose the live always? Because whoever even videos uploading also, they are not going to watch, but live you can listen. Okay, what is going on? Okay, I will see 1 minute or 2 minutes. They can see only 1 or 2 minutes only, not more than that, because social media is a lot of platforms are there, na? That is why always diverting. Our human mind is always, it is diverting. Okay, then next, the atmosphere of Venus is made of acids in other planets. Like, we can say the atmosphere of Venus is made up of thick white and yellowish clouds of sulfuric acid. They will ask, very very important, do you think life can exist on this planet? No, it cannot exist. Why? Because sulfuric acid is a very strong acid. It cannot exist human life or microorganisms. The next, importance of pH in everyday life. Are plants or animals pH sensitive? Then our body works within the pH range, like 7 to 7.8. Our body, human beings, a body, it can exist 7 pH 7 to 7.8. Living organisms can survive only in a narrow range pH change. When pH of rainwater is less than 5.6, then it is called acid rain. When acid rain flows into the rivers, it lowers the pH of the river water. The survival of aquatic life in such rivers becomes difficult. When less than 5.6, pH value less than 5.6, then that time microorganisms going to face the problem. Then next, what is the pH of the soil in your backyard? Backyard nothing but like a garden. Like, plants are required a specific pH range for their healthy growth. To find out the pH required for the healthy growth of plant, you can collect the soil from various places and check the pH in the manner described below. Like 2.12 activities there. I will explain once again, that I will take another one. Then pH in our digestive system. What is our digestive system? system, like pH in digestive system, gastric juice, very strong acid is it will release. It is a very interesting that too much acid and this causes pain and irritation during indigestion. If it is happening indigestion, the stomach produces too much acid and this causes pain and irritation. To get rid rid means, like we can say, what is the alternation? Whenever we are getting excess acid, then we have to come normal position. To get rid of this pain, people use bases called antacids. One such remedy much have been suggested by you at the beginning of this chapter. These antacids neutralize the excess acid magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide formula is MgOH twice milk of magnesium. A mild base is often used for this purpose. Okay, this is the I think off chapter is there. Once again we will discuss. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.